Alright, let's get straight to the point. Warcraft 2 Remastered takes a beloved classic and makes it even better, while keeping the original gameplay that fans loved. Plus, it includes the expansion pack Beyond the Dark Portal, which adds new campaigns, missions, and even more challenges for players to enjoy. The game looks sharp with higher resolution and improved visuals, but it still keeps the classic look that players remember. The units, whether they're footmen, grunts, dragons, or destroyers, look more detailed but haven't lost their character. And yes, the explosions when they die are still super satisfying. One of the biggest improvements is how smoothly it works on modern systems. No need for old setups or emulators. Warcraft 2 Remastered runs smoothly on today's computers and feels familiar. They made it easy to play on newer systems while keeping the classic gameplay intact. Things like selecting units are still a bit clunky compared to newer RTS games, but that's part of its old-school charm. It's that kind of micromanagement that will either make you smile or drive you crazy, depending on how patient you are. The single-player campaigns are just as fun as they were back in the day, with base building, unit management, and waves of attacks that feel like a real throwback. They kept the challenge intact without making it too modern. The multiplayer brings back real nostalgia. Instead of dialing up friends like in the old days, Warcraft 2 Remastered now has better online connectivity, making it much easier to play with others while keeping the classic feel. The community is smaller compared to today's huge games, but it's passionate. There's something really special about reliving those old battles. Watching your ogres charge at the enemy, sending waves of griffin riders, or having your peons work hard to keep the barracks pumping out units. It's all here, and it's just as fun as it was years ago. That said, it's not perfect. Blizzard could have done more to bring Warcraft 2 into the modern era, like adding some of the features we expect in games today. Pathfinding can be frustrating. Units get stuck on each other or take weird paths when they're in big groups, and you can still only select a limited number of units at a time. These things are part of what gives the game its old-school feel, but they also make it seem a bit outdated compared to newer RTS games. The story still holds up. The conflict between orcs and humans is straightforward, with each side determined to win. It's the classic good versus evil, or rather, two sides thinking they're both right. The voice acting is still as over the top as ever. Making a peon work or rallying your knights still makes you smile. And yes, the humorous quotes are still there if you click on units enough times. A fun reminder that Blizzard always knew how to mix humor with drama. The music is another great part of the nostalgia. The remastered soundtrack sounds amazing, with all the original themes and tunes that got stuck in our heads back in the day, but now with better audio quality. The deep war drums, the horn calls, and the slightly dark sound of the Horde's march are all back and sound better than ever. The effort put into the music matches the care taken with the visuals, making it all sound fantastic. So, is Warcraft 2 Remastered worth getting? If you played the original, then yes, absolutely. It's a love letter to classic RTS games. Simple but fun gameplay, memorable characters, and a chance to relive those victories or defeats from years ago. It might not be the best RTS for those used to more forgiving modern games, but for anyone wanting to revisit gaming history, it's a fantastic trip down memory lane. Overall, Warcraft 2 Remastered holds up surprisingly well. It has its flaws, but what it lacks in modern updates, it makes up for in pure nostalgia. For fans of real-time strategy games, or anyone curious about why these games were so popular back then, it's definitely worth playing. I'd give Warcraft 2 Remastered a solid 8 out of 10. It's a fantastic return to form, though it still has some old issues that could have been fixed. Still, for anyone who remembers the thrill of sending footmen and knights into battle, it's a joy to play again. If you liked this review, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more reviews of classic and modern games. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.